What is up, folks, and welcome back to the Global Speedrun Association for yet some more 70-Star League Division 2 action. I'm Electric here with you for saksdal versus Drogie. We can see on saksdal's screen, practicing Lava Boost had a little bit of trouble at the ending there. Let's hope that doesn't take place in the run. Meanwhile, Drogie sitting ready and pretty with Lyle on his cart here. So this should be a pretty interesting matchup. As we can see from these standings, Drogie in 6th place with 494, saksdal 9th with 350. If saksdal gets this win, he could go above Cartoon Buffoon in these standings. He's looking at potentially going all the way up over Pete should he get a pretty deep. So it's really going to be Drogie's fight here, not only to win, but to win by a pretty decent amount. And interestingly, checking over on the stat sheet, Drogie has the better average time with about a 51.45 average, but saksdal, despite a 53 average time, does have a better best time. So if this is a really hot run for saksdal, we could see him dominate over Drogie in this race. Drogie's not going to let that happen too easily. Just Fetus rooting for Drogie because he's a cutie. I can agree with that. Put a 1 in chat if you agree with Drogie. As we're going through the intro, heading over into Lakitu Skip to get fun little quick tricks out of the way at the start of this run. We got Drogie apparently with a little bit more optimal text skipping here. It looks like saksdal may have missed a text box by accident, but both of them hitting the important trick here as they're moving on into bomb clip and BO. Not really expecting some major issues from these runners. Both of them seem to be pretty confident in this trick. Despite how easily this trick can scare off new runners, it's kind of surprising how consistent these top-level runners can get this trick in a relatively short period. And both of them getting some nice medium to big bombs, but Drogie ends up not clipping through the fence, had a bit of a bad angle, so he's going to have to respawn the bomb here, putting saksdal in a nice early lead, and it blows up in Drogie. He's going to have to go for this respawn yet again. Let's see what he's able to do. He gets the big bomb again, and goes for this kind of awkward camera lineup, but makes it work this time around. saksdal in a nice, comfy driver's seat lead, moving on into the slide due to those double fails. You can see Drogie's a little bit rattled, but there's a little bit of gameplay between him and some of the other difficult stars at the start of this run, so maybe he'll be able to detail pretty quick. saksdal coming on out with a nice 12.8. Drogie having a little bit of trouble getting into the slide painting. I think we're going to be seeing a 12.9 from him. Oh, but Drogie taking a big fall on the slides. Going to be getting a 15.8. You can see him trying to recenter there. Deep breaths. saksdal moving on into Womps now. His time could be made up should saksdal have some issues on 100 coin or... And saksdal getting started with 100 coin here, going for a really tight cycle. See what he's able to do with it. A nice Owl's coming out from Drogie. saksdal having some issues with the end of 100 coin, and he gets the squash. Let's see how he's able to recover here. He's already got the red, so doesn't have to get back on the thwomp thing. So pretty decent start from saksdal. Had a little bit of issue with that 100. Nothing 2 majors, should still be in a decent lead. Drogie with texture setup. Oh, but falls off premature, held down too early or something. That's a really, really weird mistake to make. He's going to go for texture again, though.
Here we go!
And saksdal with a clean first try on cannonless. See Drogie going for the same cycle as saksdal there. And he makes the cycle pretty handily. Kind of awkward camera angles all around from Drogie. But taking the bonk there. And you can see that raw frustration there, just barely not able to pass through the wall there. The angle did look good, but sometimes those walls can be attached.
Here we go!
All right, Drogie finishing off 100 coin now, although a little bit more scathed than saksdal. So saksdal still in a very comfortable lead going into these last couple of starts. No fence clip from saksdal. It looked kind of like he was going for it, and if so, nice backing up when he didn't get it. Drogie with wild blue now. Very clean movement coming up to the side. saksdal with some clean pounds on King Womp there. That takes a lot of practice to get those pounds optimal and consistent. It's very, very easy to end up accidentally either ground pounding too shallow or starting your jump too early, and so the ground pound tries to go through the Womp while a nice triple jump to get to the top of the fortress from Sax. And Drogie, meanwhile, also getting a decent King Womp. Let's see how this slide works out from saksdal this time around. I think we'll be seeing a 12-7. Meanwhile, Drogie recovering probably a 12-8. Maybe that original 12-9 will carry over to this slide time. Drogie with a nice triple jump and the fence flip go. At least he's getting some nice movement to finish out this good, clean slide from Sax. All right, let's see how this wing cap goes from. Drogie with a much better slide this time. Doesn't take that big bonk at the bottom. It's a 12-5. Very good. As we see saksdal having a bit of an issue with these first 2 coins, so having to take this somewhat roundabout route here. Oh, and doesn't get the rollout from. So he has to deal with those text boxes there. The rollout much more precise than the jumps themselves. If you go for the jump strat there, you have a pretty big window to actually input the jump. If you do that double jump strat that you see a lot of runners go for. And saksdal moving on into Dark World. Drogie landing that rollout very, very, very clean from the air. It takes a world of precision to hit that switch dead on, not end up bonking on the sides of the switch or passing direct. saksdal got his switch press And Darkwold, though, seems to be chugging right along nicely toward the Drogie's about to join him in the stage. Nice shake from Sax. Let's see the ending, going for that. And he's good to go. Getting right on out of the stage. No issues really whatsoever. And Drogie also approaching Shig very nicely. Also gets that same jump ending. If you're trying to learn and you're having difficulty with that jump on that slope, you can do a long jump there instead, but it makes the overall ending slower. Nice side flip wall kick from Drogie. That's faster than the double wall kicks unless you get double. Very, very, very clean to see. Meanwhile, Sax already through at the fight. Probably about 30 or so seconds ahead at this point. Maybe not even, probably closer to 20. This is still a... Oh, Drogie does seem the throw was a little bit weak, but he got him on one of those last bounces. A little bit less than off, not losing the major time from completely. Let's see what Saxdal can do now with Sky Jump. This is another star that these guys have practiced a ton and gotten very consistent, but things can still go wrong with mine. Especially this rock pillar here. You see runners a lot of the time go for that left-hand wall because it's less likely that the wall will eat your triple jump.
Here we go!
But Saxdal hitting it very. Drogie, meanwhile, approaching himself towards this. And gets a nice clean sky jump. Okay, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and fix the cutting out issue, but I will have to BRB for about 5 minutes or so. So there will not be commentary for a brief bit. Apologies for that, but I have to actually move my computer to fix this issue. So back with you in just a moment. So stay tuned.
Go! Mamma mia! Go! Here we go! Go! Peggle.
Okay, huge apologies for that, but we should be better now. I should be having this issue permanently fixed within the next week or two, so sorry about that. I'll start moving my computer to this setup before doing comms so that this won't even be an issue going forward. But anyway, looks like these guys are doing pretty well in CCM. Saksdal finishing out CCM 18 route very nicely. And Drogie as well, just a little bit ahead. Jeez, I must have missed something major. Sax took the slide death there? Oh, was that on CCM17 route, I guess? What chat's saying?
Peggle.
Either way, we've got Murmo in a very, very tiny lead now. Pretty much synced up race with equal star counts. Very nice boo kills from both. Let's see how Bookcase Star goes for them as they're about to head into the basement for the first time. Kind of an interesting difference of strategies there. Saksdal with that kind of wide turn to facilitate that jump dive right into the boo. So, all right, nice Bookcase Stars and about a second or so apart. Really no time at all between these two runners. Moving into one of the most volatile stages in the run, SSL. But first, let's see what these guys can do with the rabbit. If Saksdal goes for punch grab and Drogie doesn't, that could very well at least adjust the lead just a tiny bit. But both of them landing punch grabs, so no difference in the lead at this point. This is a very, very tight race at the moment. That could change very rapidly. Even one of these racers landing pillarless, and then the other one just making a slight error that takes a little bit longer to clip in could easily change this lead. Let's see what happens here. Saksdal not liking the bomb grab that he got. But Drogie making it work first try. So he's definitely going to manage to clinch a pretty decent lead, for now at least. If Saksdal's able to land the second try plus, though, he's not going to be losing too much time. Let's see it happen here. Saksdal with a much better grab this time around. Gets the big bomb he wanted. Meanwhile, Drogie heading towards everyone's favorite bird. A very, very nice plus from Sax. Drogie with a decent lead, probably in the realm of 8 to 10 seconds, due to the time difference that their two stars take. And a nice Talon hit from Sax as Drogie picks up his last star in SSL, moving on to Lethal Lava Land. Hopefully won't be too lethal to these runners. Oh, Saksdal with the early pound there, wasting an extra second or so. And so Drogie gets his fade out here about 1850. Saksdal going to be hitting his probably at 1858 or so. Oh, ends up hitting the pillar right beside the painting instead of actually making his way inside. Nice backup, though. If he wouldn't have wall kicked there, he would have taken a lot longer to recover from the bomb. With a nice first star and Sax just behind. Drogie going with this easy stuff first route, taking the sort of miscellaneous stars first, getting them out of the way real quick. Nice jump there. Nice flying for the non-fence clip setup. Oh, saksdal takes the fence clip a tad too early, but manages to redirect that burn into the star pretty quickly. Drogie, meanwhile, gets a single jump instead of a long jump, and you can see that disgust on his face. Gonna have to go for elevator tour unless he's doing long jump lava boost. Yeah, so just gonna play it safe, go for elevator tour. Occasionally, when you're headed for the long jump lava boost, you won't grab as many coins as you're hoping for. saksdal with, I believe that's a Kira boost there. Not quite pro, but very close, and he falls off the side platform there. What's the backup gonna be here? He's gonna decide to just go for some... Okay, he's gonna go for elevator tour instead. I think he thought he had one extra bit of life. Falls off the elevator platform. He's able to get one last backup up here, but he has no idea where this flame shooter is gonna be. So he's able to get a pretty decent flame shooter cycle, not having to wait around too much. But meanwhile, Drogie moving right along to the first bully star here. Just like he wanted to do on that initial volcano attempt, but unfortunately was redirected. I'm pretty sure if you take the double burn, like, or if you try to continue with the bully setup, like Drogie had almost done, you actually wouldn't quite be able to reach that metal platform. I could be wrong with that, though, and it could just be very unsafe. Drogie almost with the triple bully kill, but still gets a pretty decent kill regardless. saksdal, meanwhile, gets a much better ending to lava boost. Despite how hard the boost itself is, the ending is a little bit underrated in how dangerous it can be, depending on how exactly you're going for it. And interestingly, we saw saksdal failed that ending a different way than he failed it in practice. Nice ledge grab skip from Sax going into the bully kill here. As Drogie now approaches his own lava boost. Let's see what form he goes for here. Long jump boost, playing it nice and safe. And gets the distance. You can see there, he actually makes sure Mario goes a bit further to the left so that he actually bops the bully as he approaches the platform. That way, he doesn't have to worry about the bully potentially getting in his way during the ending. Let's see how Sax does with these triple bullies here. Losing a little bit more time, but does manage to get the triple bully kill, so saving some time over Drogie, but that lava boost fail was just a little bit too deadly. Drogie heading right on into triple D here. Got some nice chest openings. Little fun fact, Drogie's video of single star chests is actually the video used on Wikipedia to demonstrate how this star should be done. Misses the fourth chest though, tries to go a little bit too optimally with that chest grab. Sax can make up a healthy few seconds here, too, if he gets that chest grab first try. Alright, Sax gets a bit cleaner of a chest. Let's see what Drogie can do with rear sub here. As we saw in the last race, this trick is not entirely free. It is much, much easier than front sub, but just a slight misstep in your timing can cause some issues here. Nice rear sub from Drogie. Sax coming right around for about the same. Now let's see how the Manta Ray treats Drogie here. As long as you hit these first 5 rings, not much of an issue. Sax taking it even more conservatively than normal, wanting to approach right up to the fin before trying to jump onto it. Very nice rings from Drogie. As Drogie goes on into fire seed. Nice setup for that long jump camera angle. If you set the long jump up at a slight angle like that, you can save a little bit of time from not having to jump strafe like you would with the normal long jumps to start. Looks to be on very nice pace for Lava Boost, doing that 2 jump setup. And the jump into those double wall kicks. Nice side flip into the triple here. Should be well on his way to a pretty clean Lava Boost. Are the runners aware of the other's pace? They have the option of watching the other runner stream if they choose to, but it's not required. So some runners do opt to just kind of do their runs in solitude as they find that the pressure of watching the other player messes with them a bit. But oh, saksdal. Okay, interesting backup here. I guess that must be faster for if you miss the double wall kick there. I think Lava Boost might be off the table. We'll have to see here. Yeah, based on his camp, yeah, he's not even going to go for it. Early Ellie is still very easily on the table, though. As long as that didn't happen, oh boy. It's a little tight. Let's see. He's got the triple, got the wall kick, and the ledge grab is good, so he's not going to waste that much time compared to Drogie, but it's going to be a little bit of time waste that he really can't afford at this point. And the burns on the ending here. Have to just settle for a bad ending, slapping around the heart a little bit. Very nice. You prefer to do your runs in Windhelm. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. I prefer to only perform runs on the winter solstice in the northern iceberg banks of Juneau. Drogie heading on up to Wet Dry World now. Elite's trying to make you break the law. Just tell them all you want to do is play video games. Breaking the law is really lame. Nice speed kick strat here from Drogie. Oh, but gets pretty bad coin RNG here, having to waste his safety on that box. Look, Elite, all I gotta say is that rug really tied the room together, man. Slayer Kid with the immortal point saying breaking the law is only illegal if you get caught. That is not an official endorsement of breaking the law, that is just a fact. Saksdal with a pretty decent start to his 100 coin as well. The chuck ya falling right through the corner there for Drogie. Still has a pretty decent lead. Oh, he's trying to figure out how to get back up here. Doesn't want to use a side flip there. I think the side flip would have required a ledge grab, so it would have been a tad slow. Yeah, I'm not sure if he didn't just... If he didn't wait long enough to throw the chuck ya, or if he thought he'd waited long enough. There's a little... Like you have to get the center, I think, of the chuck ya on top of the platform. There are a couple of angles where it looks like the chuck ya will be on top, but he'll fall right through the corner, looking like he clips. Okay, Drogie heading on in for some of the shorter stars now. Going to start out with Shocking Aeroliths. Kind of an interesting choice. Most runners choose to save this for last. Doesn't really matter, though. I do kind of prefer to save this star for later. I tend to try to go for top of the town relatively early, just in case I accidentally don't get a mid-town spawn and I have to do a backup star or something. Yeah, Elite. Whenever Big Tech's burned down, they just replaced him with me. That all 5'7" of me definitely looks a lot like Big Tech's. That is how that works. Ooh, saksdal with the early box break there. Oh, but Drogie misses the last wall kick, and it's going to be a little bit close as far as whether he'll be able to get back up here. Meanwhile, saksdal falling all the way down without activating the elevator. Wait, he did activate the elevator platform. And that bump just cost him the ability to even try for it. He's just Fetus has it right. I'm 5 meters, 7 centimeters tall. What is that? 507 centimeters or 5,000? Yeah, that's 507. Nice triple for top of the town from Drogie. Has much better luck with this than with Elevator Star. A little bit of spaghetti getting thrown around here in Wet Dry World, but things seem to be clearing up for these runners, at least a little bit. Oh, saksdal not liking his angle there. Maybe the double jump just didn't quite come out the way he wanted it to. Most runners will actually try to delay the double jump just a little bit. You can get a very, very slight angle change on Mario if you delay a double jump just a bit. Drogie heading on into THI. See how he does on the slide on secrets here. Pretty decent. Don't think he did all the lag reduction he could have, but still a very, very clean attempt at that star. A lot of runners will accidentally take that jump a little bit too shallow going for the third secret. Ketchup tips are not god tier. I'm sorry to tell you, they're not that great. Might be a controversial opinion. I know they're very, very popular in some places in Europe and Asia, but they're not good. The best potato chips, the all-time best, are dill pickle. You heard it here on the Global Speedrun Association channel first. That's how you know that this is the right viewpoint to have, the right opinion, because a speedrunning channel told you. saksdal with his own secrets. Gets bobbed by the Goomba, though. Let's see how his backup setup's going to go here. Gets that slide a little bit early, so he's going to have to fight this beach for this third secret here. We are all heathens with our disgusting chips. Okay.
Here we go! Go.
Okay, breezeless attempt from Drogie, and it's good. Very nice. Tama82 claiming the big boss doesn't like my chips commentary. I don't see any messages from him. I mean, maybe he is a ketchup chips guy, but I haven't seen it.
Here we go!
Look, I'm talking about like potato chips, prepackaged chips. Fries are a totally different story.
Go.
Very, very nice waterfall star from Drogie here. saksdal just got to clean things up. Now, I think Drogie may have either... Wait, what? Okay, he just got a save quit in TTM, but I also think he may have forgotten a star in THI because he only had 41 stars leaving. This is going to be pretty rough for Drogie. He still has a pretty decent lead star count wise, but hey, don't mock salt and vinegar chips. They're good. What is Drogie doing right now? Going into SL, doesn't have anywhere near all the stars in TTM. I guess this is probably... I'm honestly not sure how optimal this is. I guess he could save a bit of time here, but this is going to be a very, very awkward star order for Drogie that's going to lose at least a few seconds here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. Drogie almost definitely missed piranhas. Nice log wall kick from saksdal. Gonna be saving breezeless for last if he's gonna go for it. Oh, misses the triple jump though, but cancels out his slide early enough so he doesn't go all the way down the mountain. I could see that. First, now that you mention that, I halfway feel like Milo might be a barbecue chips kind of guy. I'm not a huge fan of barbecue chips, but I can understand why people like them. The second log wall kick from saksdal is also clean. The only chips I'm not really a huge fan of, aside from like some of the more exotic flavors out there, like chicken and maple syrup, is sour cream and onion. I've just never been a huge fan of sour cream and onion. That and like just straight cheese chips. The cheddar and sour cream are good, but like cheese chips from like Pringles, for instance, they're just not very good. saksdal having a bit of a trouble with the dusty roll out there. It gets a nice clean restart on the mushrooms for reds. Let's see how his maze goes here. See, I don't really mind regular chips. Like if I'm just having a sandwich, like standard or original Lay's or whatever, they're pretty decent. Yeah, Dr. B's knows where it's at. Hot chips are the best thing. Especially with tortilla chips. You give me like chili lime tortilla chips, I will love you forever. Or at least until the bag runs out. Drogie almost getting some very, very clean reds movement, but getting stopped by the wall there doesn't quite get the wall kick to come out. Nice blast from saksdal. Drogie returning on in to TTM. Hopefully he'll realize once he finishes TTM that he's only got 51 stars, not 52. I can see that, Slayer Kid. Okay, what are y'all's thoughts on lime potato chips, though? saksdal missing the wall kick on Breezeless, showing what's going to happen if you go for Breezeless while not liking lime chips. Nice blast from Drogie there. Lime potato chips are not bad. Like, I don't know. I would probably like a lime potato chip without salt. Like, I think the lime flavor is very nice there. Okay, Drogie's only sitting at 50 stars right now. What is his game plan here? Because grabbing Mips, he'll only be at 51 stars, 55 after HMC. This route is making very little sense. Misses the punch grab. Lime chips are objectively bad. You're objectively bad, kid. Get out of here. saksdal moving on in for Roll from the Freezing Pond. It's really hard to say who exactly is in the lead now. I think Drogie's still maintaining the lead, but... Okay, I forgot about the Toad Star. So he's going to have 56, but... First off, what else did he forget in TTM? He only forgot 1 star in THI. This is a very, very strange order from Drogie here. I think he probably doesn't quite know what he's missing here. He could go for Toxic Maze here to make up 1 star if he doesn't have any idea what he's missed. Going for anything else in TTM would take a lot of time. Going for anything else in Wet Dry World would be pretty slow because it'd all be in town. He'd probably have to do town reds or something like that. I will say regarding lime chips, I've had a couple brands that just do too much. Like, there's just way too much lime, and it just, like, it's hard to eat a bunch of them. Like, you start feeling your teeth softening and stuff. Nice box jump from Drogie here. Now, saksdal's going to be headed down to HMC. 2 stars back, but he also has 2 stars from upstairs that Drogie possibly doesn't quite know where he needs to get. That's a really good point, Hakase. That'd be a decent backup for the other star if he gets Toxic Maze here. Tostitos lime chips are too much? You can't handle your lime, dude. They have, like, nothing on them. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I'm the type of guy that likes lime on basically everything, but Even so, like, I don't see how you could say that lime. They're even called hints of lime. Like, there's not that much on them. Maybe at the bottom of the bag, but. Okay, what's Drogie gonna do here now? Roll and rock. If he re-enters HMC and doesn't exit course, we'll know that he's at least going for Toxic Maze. Now, Saksdal misses box jump, doesn't care to get back up there. He's instead just going to take the Christmas Miracle back up here. Instead of putting lime in your Corona, you should put lime potato chips in. That's a great idea. Fluff, I think whether it's weird or not depends on whether she squeezed the lime first. Okay, he's going to head back into THI. I think he knows that he forgot piranhas. And I guess head back into TTM and just take the time loss from the castle movement. This is going to lose him a decent bit of time. I don't think quite 10 seconds, but definitely a little bit. Look, Fluff, lime eating prevents scurvy. Do you want scurvy? That woman just cared about her oral health. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think Drogie must have forgotten both of the later stars in THI. I didn't even realize he forgot top of the island. I thought it was just piranhas, but... yeah, his star count was 2 back from what it should have been leaving THI. Sorry, I got confused and thought that the star that he got from Toad was one of the THI ones. I didn't realize he was 2 back there. I could see forgetting just piranhas, but forgetting both stars is a little bit strange. I'm not quite sure where that came from. This has been a very, very interesting run from Drogie here. He's making his way up the staircase now, heading on into Tippy. Got all the stars that he needs. Saksdal not too far behind. Could be a lot worse if Drogie hadn't save and quit and then forgotten those stars in THI. So let's see how his Lakitu bounce goes here. Goes for the triple jump setup, no side flip. Misses the wall kick, though, passes right under the plank. Must have been just a couple pixels too low or something. Very, very nice backup movement to start that reds there. Normally, when you go for that wall kick over the awning, you end up like lining up for it well before even jumping. So Drogie must have put a lot of time into that in order to be able to do that back up from the middle of the platform like that. Alright, let's see how Saksdal's goes. Goes for the side flip. Gets the wall kick, late wall kick. Kind of what you want to see there. First, he makes it a little bit weird to actually get the bounce. Although it's still definitely possible. Pretty safe ending here. And very, very nice star grab. And Drogie does get the second try Lakitu bounce good. He's going to go ahead and have to, yeah, he goes for that side flip back up there. Okay, Sax going on in for tricky triangles now. Very, very quick setup there. Some runners take a while running in that corner to make sure they have the right speed to get across. Gets a bonk on this platform, though. Should have enough time. Oh, doesn't land the side flip. Barely has enough time to be able to make it past the triangles. Drogie also getting a bit bopped by the platform, but no full bonk at least. So finishing up a bit faster. Sax still has reds to get through, so about a 25-second or so difference. Actually closer to 30 when you consider the star grab animation and everything else. Ooh, the nice 5 slide there. Saksdal with a very decent reds. But Drogie just stopping just short of the star.
Peggle.
Drogie going for Toad early here. Toad late should save a bit of time, but in the words of Taviskov, the majority of runners are not saving time with Toad late. Saksdal having some trouble lining up for this wall kick to start the backup here. He's able to make it work out first try. As Drogie moves on into the Big Kahuna TTC 100. Doesn't grab his safety ready. He's confident that the box RNG will work out in his favor. No ledge grab there. We saw that short hop there. He probably thought he was going to get a ledge grab. Long jump on the edge of that platform. Gets bopped down by the ceiling. He's able to reclaim the side flip wall kick the second try around. Okay, let's see this triple wall. And it's good. Very tiny space for you to wall kick off of there. Nice movement up that block. The double jump is good. Saksdal moving into his own 100 coin here. Drogie needing a few wall kicks in order to make his way up these platforms here. Going pretty safe overall. He sort of went for the most optimal long jump there, but did it a little bit more to the side to make sure he'd avoid the invis ceiling. All right. Saksdal missing one of the blues on his way over here. Doesn't like where he'd have to approach for that triple jump, so he's having to do this side flip backup. It's a very awkward backup. He's just going to retry the triple here. And he gets it this try. It looked a little bit farther to the left, so I'm really glad he made that. Missing that to the left is the worst. Drogie's now finished with the star. Saksdal very, very close behind. Both of them opting to get Toad before TTC. Okay, let's see. Nice coin collection from Saksdal there. Drogie's going to start on with reds. He's doing all of his time stop stars first. Nice trip. Oh, barely doesn't get on top of the platform there. I've seen some people also do a side flip wall kick in order to make that same jump. That triple jump, you have to kill the momentum on that triple immediately when it comes out. It's a very, very difficult triple to land. Saksdal barely passing by Chaos Clock here. Trying to go very optimally with his clock movement here. A very nice right side to start on out. Also a very nice time moving triple from Drogie here. Oh, Drogie misses that wall kick. So he has to go for this backup setup here. I'm kind of interested in the camera angle that Sax is using there. I haven't seen many people get that close-up cam before they start the movement here. Must be to set the angle just a little bit off of center. Oh, Drogie doesn't quite make the height in order to get on top of that platform. He may have also made the approach a bit too early. Even though that trick is so quick and so early in the level, there are a lot of very little things that can go wrong that cause it to fail. Gets the burn. Manages to stay alive, though, at least. He's going to have to go for this backup yet again. Jumps over the flame shear this time around. Meanwhile, Sax grabbing get a hand with a very, very nice, quick triple jump wall kick. Sax moving in on his time stop stars, rather. Let's see, Drogie does have better luck with this time moving triple. Slight miss on the star, but that's not wasting too much time. Sax cleaning on up with time jumps on moving bars. So the two are basically going to switch spots on these stars now. Very, very nice movement from Drogie. That side flip into that triple is very, very delicate and precise. The triple jump is hard enough to get consistent without that side flip. Saksdal took a bit of a fall on reds here, but he's managed to recover. Drogie going to head over towards bits, but he is not very far ahead. He can't really afford any major mistakes in bits. Saxdal playing things really, really safe. Probably had a little bit of tilt from that big fall there. All right, Drogie had some really, really weird movement to start that out. Lands the triple jump dive, though. The elevators will be in a slightly weird cycle, but he makes it work. Oh, narrowly misses getting that jump across the gap there, but he manages to get a ledge grab instead of just falling right down. Not too much time lost from that. Moving left side coming out. Oh, but getting knocked down, and he's falling all the way down as Saxdal takes a death early on in Sky. Saxdal could have made up a pretty decent bit of time there. But I think it was the triple jump dive didn't quite work out for him. Meanwhile, Drogie is on top of the platform. As long as he hits his first 4 or so attempts at these throws, he should be taking this win here. But it's still pretty close. Let's see, Saxdal, he's going for moving right side, and he lands it. Awesome. If Drogie misses this first throw, Sax could have a decent shot, and Drogie narrowly landing it with the just extreme edge of the bomb hitbox. And that's a missed throw right there. Okay. If Drogie misses one more, Saxdal could definitely pull ahead here. Saxdal taking some damage trying to run into Bowser a bit too early and misses grabbing him on that second attempt. Bowser's got fireballs all over the stage. Blue fire in particular. He got burned by the blue fire there. But Drogie seals off the last 2 throws, clean as can be. GG's. Very, very close finish. This might actually cost Drogie a placement. If you recall at the very beginning, I said Drogie needs a win, but a pretty substantial one if he wants to supersede Pete in these standings. I believe it was Pete. But with this win, and with this time, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 29-61 or a 28-62 point split. So Saxdal nabbing every single point he can. GG's. This was certainly an interesting race. Also, thanks Dark Link 940 for the 8 months of sub. Really, really appreciate it. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, 61-29. Math is hard. For some reason, I briefly thought it was 27 seconds, not 17. That was a... Geez, Saxdal really made Drogie fight for that win. And especially with those routing errors that Drogie had, this race could have ended up a lot worse, especially if Drogie didn't remember which stars he needed to grab. So it's very, very nice to see that Saxdal was still able to punch a nice win, and that Drogie was still able to... Sorry, not a nice win, but a nice performance. GG's to both of these runners. This is definitely a race that both of them can be pretty proud of. Drogie shouting out that European football team that he loves so much. Well, that'll do it for this race, guys, but stick around. I'm coming right back with Tama versus J-Mill. Should be another pretty exciting race. I will be with you to call that one every step of the way. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with more Mario action. Peace out.